GoPro Hero 8 is here to remind us who is the true king of action cameras. These little devices now are being brought in a different league. This review is not affiliated by GoPro and represents my own thoughts of something I bought myself, and after not being too happy with the GoPro Hero 7, this one blew my mind. Let's get started. Hey, welcome here! It's the Tech4O channel, I'm Michael and I'm so happy to see you around, the place where we inspect cool tech. Long expected, and somehow this year GoPro didn't make the usual noise around the Hero 8 release, perhaps because it was delayed a little, something likely caused by all the complications around preparing and shipping the issues in Hong Kong lately. I've pre-ordered my camera right after it was announced and was one of the happy first people to receive it, although living far away from the United States. In this video I'd like to talk about the hardware, the software, the shooting modes, everything that matters about the revamped 8th generation. While you are watching the unboxing, because apparently there's not much to comment about it, I'll say that this feels like the most complete action camera I've tested so far. Got used to the menus within hours and considered to use it as a primary action camera from now on. So yes, it is replacing my current primary choice, the DJI Osmo Action. Obviously GoPro hasn't changed much with the package, and this still is the good-looking bluish box where the camera is cozily sitting, surrounded by almost no accessories except these few mounts. While it maintains the same form factor from previous generations, it is now slightly bigger. Same good quality of the body, and perhaps GoPro have invested even more to increase the durability of the material, because apparently now bracket is missing. Instead of a bracket, GoPro are offering something more useful, a medium mode, which has an inbuilt directional microphone, as well as an easy option to mount your favorite external microphone. At the time of reviewing the camera, the medium mode is not available yet, so if you want the external microphone, the older USB Type-C external adapter works fine, if you have it, because now it's hard to buy one. The biggest design change is the bottom, and instead of placing a mounting thread, GoPro have designed this magnet-based mount, not sure why, and initially I was thinking, oh, that's gonna be the first thing to break, but it feels and looks durable. On the inside, changes are not too many. Same processor, the GP1, and know that it is being used ever since the Hero 6 was born, possibly the same kind of 12 megapixel sensor as last year, which however is hard to confirm because as usual GoPro wouldn't disclose this kind of information. There's a new kind of battery, and while the older batteries remain compatible, you will see and know that some of the features might not be available using them. Should you try a third-party battery, here's the result. The power button is now on the other side, because the right part is the new battery door, and I have to admit that replacing the battery, all the cards of the Hero 8 is now much easier than before, and using on gimbals as well, giving you better and quicker access to the buttons and the port. Although, wait a second, with this kind of stabilization, the only good reason to use a gimbal is if you want filters and to disable the electronic image stabilization in order to get specific shutter speed. However, because of the change in the lens department, which is now part of the whole front panel, you can't mount these filters that you've bought for the Hero 7 for $100. Pretty sure that whoever manages to design a bracket which can host the Hero 5, 6, 7 compatible filters will be getting good rate of sales. Well, after finishing this first hardware part of the review, I'd say that if you're about to upgrade just because of the hardware, it truly makes sense if you have something older than Hero 5, if you need 4K at all. The big things are happening on the software side, and this is what GoPro are confirming as well, way more optimized software. The major complaint about the Hero 6 and 7 is that sometimes it can freeze and the menus are somewhat slow. Did I get freeze so far? Yeah, just once, but I had to remove the battery. Firmware version 1.20. Is the menu faster? Well, no. It's not. Perhaps if they lower the animation speed it's going to feel better, but these menus finally are close to perfection. Last year I somewhat criticized what GoPro have done with the Hero 7, which I felt like a step backwards from the great ideas from Hero 6. Generally, keeping some consistency won't be a bad idea, especially for a company with long traditions. With the Hero 8, you can benefit from the simplicity of the menus. If you're not a professional at all, you won't get confused because the modes are not too many, and having to choose between video, photos or time-lapse using the swipe actions is something that even a kid will easily get. From here, what you can do is fantastic. Fine-tuning each of the profiles. Yes, for video, you can set up profiles, meaning that you can fine-tune a profile for slow motion, for action, for vlogging. Each one of these profiles can have its own resolution, own field of view angle, and GoPro have done a great job to explain the FOV options by referring to lens focal lengths. You can choose bitrate, shutter speed, color profile, basically everything that you see in the Pro Tune settings is customizable per profile. To me, it means that I can switch from one shooting mode to another doing that. To be fair, there already are action cams that support it, DJI Osmo Action and the recently released Occlu 4K. But the Hero 8's implementation is by far better. I think in terms of user experience, they've taken the best out of the Hero 6, a little bit out of the Hero 7 and added a lot from our feedback. And at the moment, this is the best action camera in terms of user experience, at least from what I've tried. The shooting modes, there's been a lot of hype about them. 4K at 120 frames per second? Not yet, probably not at all happening while GoPro still utilizes the GP1 processor. 4K is up to 60 frames per second with Hypersmooth 2.0, and now there's 2.7K at 120 FPS with stabilization possible. For slow motion, stabilization is not that necessary, and 2.7K can go as high as 240 FPS without degrading much of the quality. One big addition appears now on the main screen. The quick toggles, which are also customizable. And if you want to change the field of view, there's no need to drill down to the settings and search for it, just get a shortcut and control it the way you like. Better low light mode for video shooting, and also linear mode, now available in 4K, another area where Hero 7 was trailing the DJI Osmo Action. The image stabilization is of course what everyone would ask about. I believe this is close to perfection ever since GoPro Hero 6 was released. The fight for best-in-class stabilization clearly is on, but technology has gone so far that now it may look unnatural to have everything so stable. Algorithm is so precise that if you use the boost option, it will sometimes look weird. And this is an action camera at the end of the day. Where there's action, there are movements. On the other side, it comes to show that you can use the Hero 8 in many other different scenarios. From videography standpoint, the Hero 8 can do almost everything pretty good. Flat color mode, shutter speed adjustments, ISO control, zooming, bitrate control, white balance configuration, sharpness, even some audio settings. Oh, did I tell you that now you can use raw audio? You heard me right, WAV files are supported. So weirdly, you may use the Hero 8 as a camcorder when needed. Turns more into an all-in-one device. As for footage and image quality performance, simply brilliant. Definitely a step up from Hero 7. More detail, higher bitrate is possible as well. I generally dislike the color science with the Hero 7, feel much comfortable watching the Hero 8. Flat color mode gives good ways to color grade and good to watch without adjustments as well. I think the image quality surpasses the DJI Osmo Action. There is no video HDR mode, and I'm sure DJI will use that a lot for marketing purposes, but let's say that its usefulness is questionable, and I've had a number of issues with pulsing white balance in sunny weather with the Osmo Action, so I don't quite miss it here. HDR is present with photos though, and improved, in particular to eliminate the ghosting. And you have 4 modes: Super Photo, HDR, Standard and RAW. If I have to go through each and every supported video or photo setting, it's gonna take us ages, and I've included a lot of footage in this video. Furthermore, should you be looking for some raw videos and photos, I can easily share such if someone needs. My opinion is that this now is the most complete action camera. If there is one device that can do everything I want and supports everything I need, this definitely is the GoPro Hero 8. The perfect synergy between hardware and software. Yes, more expensive than most other action cameras, but still keeping the price tag of around $400. Seriously, it's been a while since I had a device that I want to use everywhere. Like, I'm thinking of going to places just because I want to try how the Hero 8 is going to capture the scenes there. It will definitely be the best, most portable vlogging setup once the media kit is here, and we can say that GoPro is, again, the best action camera with the most user-friendly user experience ever. And no, I don't miss having a second display on the front that shows real-time image with a delay.
Drop it down, down, low.
Actually, the more I think, the more I realize there's nothing missing from the GoPro Hero 8 in terms of functionality. It's the best action camera on the market right now. And it's the little things which make it so unique and so good. For example, the microphone quality. Have you ever tried an action camera with such a good quality of the embedded microphone and on top of that maintaining waterproofness? No, there's nothing better in it right now, and I'm really looking forward to try and test the new media kit which is about to be released in a few weeks from now. There are some other additional software things that you can try and test. For example, the smartphone app. It lets you cut pieces from your videos, put them together, fancy transitions, good music, export them. It's like the perfect tool if you want to buy your GoPro for social media. Now, to say a few words whether it is worth upgrading, if you come from GoPro Hero 6 or 7 or maybe the DJI Osmo Action, it's not much of a need to really upgrade unless you desperately need one of the new features, but it's not a huge upgrade. In terms of hardware, it's barely an upgrade. It's all about the software, and as usual, GoPro are not bringing the new features to the old hardware. So if you need something, yes, they kind of force you to buy the Hero 8, but if you're on the hunt for the best action camera at around $400, the Hero 8 Black is the answer for you. And that's been everything based on like 2-3 weeks of usage of the Hero 8 Black. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Make sure to subscribe, hit the like if that information was useful, and I'll see you guys in the next one.